Welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom. If you're new to the channel, my name's Brian, and as many of you know, we're in the middle of developing and playtesting our very own Guardians of Gattaca campaign setting for kids and families. And one of our main goals is to make tabletop role-playing fun and accessible for multiple generations, but especially safe and inviting for kids. Make no mistake, there's a bunch of great role-playing game content out there right now, probably more than there's ever been. But finding content that's appropriate for kids can be a challenge. It's out there, but we want to make it easier. In fact, our Guardians of Gattaca subsetting premise is that it's intended to exist right alongside the regular campaigns for teens and adults in the same world. So I've been hosting live streaming sessions to gather feedback and collaborate with those of you that have been playtesting, and it's been amazing. Now, during these live streaming sessions and with the other playtest feedback, there's one question that keeps popping up, and that's, what are some other published adventures that I could recommend for kids? Well, now I have an answer. DnD Adventure Club. Now, before we dive in, I need to mention that DnD Adventure Club did send me a complimentary starter pack so I could review it and, give my honest feedback. They didn't tell me what I needed to say. This isn't a paid advertisement for them. This is purely my own feedback about the product. So let's talk about some first impressions. Everything inside of the DnD Adventure Club starter pack looks great, and it's a testament to their attention to detail. Now, inevitably, the first thing I was going to open was the dice. Dice. They're packaged in a nice cloth pouch with the DnD Adventure Club logo on them, and it's a standard set of 7 role-playing game dice. Mine were a nice marbled green with a gold numbering, but if you order your own pack from them, you'll likely get a different set of dice, a different color, but either way, they're a good basic starting set for anybody that's new to the hobby. I also like that they put in this little welcome to the club card with some information about what's included, and there's a little DnD Adventure Club sticker. You're a part of the club now. Now, each of the booklets they included were also pretty well made. They seem to be durable. They're printed on some sort of craft paper type cardstock, so you can tell that they were designed to hold up to a lot of use. But let's start with the D&D Quickstart Guide. It's got a nice design and it's straightforward with its content, which helps it both look really good and be really functional at the same time. They emphasize the 3 primary actions in gameplay: abilities, magic, and combat. I think that type of simplification is really going to be helpful for younger players or players that are new in general. It doesn't necessarily just need to be for younger players, I'm finding. Another thing that I really liked from a design perspective, and I mean design not from a visual perspective, although that's great too, but from a sort of instructional perspective. They include a number of basic rules to get you started, and they include a mini adventure in this quick start guide that gives you something to play with after you've gone through these rules. So Something is Eating My Cheese is a good, solid way of practicing all the rules that you just learned. They also have a nice annotated character sheet sort of format in the guide, and they include a pre-generated character at the back. But the guide also points to some additional online resources, so there are a bunch of other pre-generated player characters that you can choose from if you want to print them out. And by the way, when you get to their site and you look at that, when you print them out, they are also printable so that you can make them as little almost tent cards or paper minis with the artwork that they include. It's pretty genius. And when it comes to the adventures themselves, it seems like they're offering sort of a serialized approach, a new adventure every month, building to a larger campaign arc over about 3 issues. The arc that's included in this starter pack is the Town Trilogy, and each one of these adventures begin with a nice, well-drawn, full-colored map in the front and the back cover of the book, and I really think that that's great. And I think that these maps are tied to the trilogy, but they're versatile enough that you could use these again in other adventures that may pop up later, or that you invent yourself at the table. The thing that I really like here is that the adventures aren't just the stories, they're also practical lessons in how to play the game. They introduce the rules and the game mechanics in sort of this inviting way, so you learn organically as you go through, and the tips and tricks section is included in each one of these adventures. And whether it's about hit points or persuasion or group ability checks, the rules are simplified in sort of small bites of information that are easy for everyone to grasp and use as they learn how to play the game. Now, based on the information on their website, you can purchase the D&D Adventure Club content as needed, both digital and in physical format. But if you sign up for their monthly subscription, you're getting a new adventure every month. And it seems like you're not just buying a product, you're sort of investing in this experience. You're joining the club. Kids are getting an introduction to the world of tabletop role-playing games, but they're also learning how to use the games and run the games with each issue. So I really like this approach. It feels like a journey in the adventure all to itself. And like I said at the beginning, these adventures may be perfect if you're doing the Guardians of Gattaca playtest and you're looking for other adventures that you could use with the setting. So please come join the live stream as we continue to develop the setting. If you found this video useful though, please consider subscribing and liking and notification things and all that stuff. It really helps the channel. I appreciate it. And if you've tried the D&D Adventure Club or have any other thoughts on role-playing resources for kids, please let us know in the comments. Today I thought I would leave you with a little bit of appropriate geek philosophy from Maria Montessori. The greatest sign of success for a teacher is to be able to say, "The children are working now as if I did not exist." Cheers.